Hey guys, it's me, and in this video I'm going to be doing my May wrap-up for 2012. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoy. And I'm sorry, I read 4 books this month, which take that as you will. I don't know if that'd be considered good or bad. It's good for me, but I mean a lot of people would be like, wow, that's horrible. So, yeah, like I said, take it as you will, but I read 4, so, well, you gotta give me some credit. I mean, I read them in about a week because I took 2 weeks off from the middle of, like, the month of reading. So, yeah. So the first book I read this month, in May, was The Scorch Trials by James Dashner. And this is the second in the Maze Runner trilogy. And, I'm sorry to say this, but I even like this more than the Maze Runner. Yeah, I know, like, a lot of people said that the Maze Runner is better, but I really do think this was so much better than the Maze Runner. Definitely, like, definitely. I gave this a 5 out of 5, obviously, on Goodreads, so yeah. And the only thing I like it because it kind of just gives me, like, suspense, but it ended with a gigantic cliffhanger, and now I have no clue what's gonna happen, so I'm dying for the death cure, but I just don't have it yet, because I'm not quite positive if it came out in paperback yet or not, so I'm gonna just have to see when I go shopping. So yeah, this book was so good, and I do recommend this trilogy to anyone. So even if I do not like the Death Cure, because a lot of people said I wouldn't, I hope I do, but even if I don't, this definitely will always be one of my favorite series, because the first 2 were just perfect, and 2 is better than 1. Okay, yes, I'm quoting a song. So yeah. The next book I read was Impulse by Hopkins, and you're probably thinking, wow, that's old. And I know it's old, but this is, quite frankly, my first ever Ellen Hopkins book. What? Yes, I am telling complete truth. First ever, and I loved it. Oh my gosh. This was so brilliant, and it looks huge. Well, it is huge, but it's in verse. So as you can see, the whole page isn't filled up, so this goes by really quite quickly. And not only is this my first ever Ellen Hopkins book, but it's my first ever, like, first book that I read for fun, because I usually have to read verse books for literature in school. But now we are kind of, well, I'm done with school in like 3 more days. So really, sorry. So really this is kind of a new thing for everyone, but I guess you gotta try everything for a first time. Wait, is that how it goes? But I really love this book. And, I gave this a 5 stars out of 5. Yeah! And, oh, and the ending. Oh my gosh. Why was this ending so dreadful? Well, it's not like it was bad or anything, because it all kind of happened for the best. But I'm like, no! Ending, why? So, expect an unexpected ending. Yes. Okay, yeah, so 5 out of 5. The next book, you're probably going to be surprised that I read it for the first time just this month. That book is Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban by J.K. Rowling, which is the 3rd book in the Harry Potter series. And, oh my goodness, oh my gosh, this was so good! I love this so much more than the second one. I deeply disliked the second one. We'll just put it that way. I just, like, didn't like it because nothing really happened except for the ending. And then the first one was really good. But this one, oh, it was perfect, like, the whole way through. And it's, like, this big, which doesn't look too big over camera. But it's 435 pages. Yeah. So, it's quite big. Quite. Not really, but quite. Ah, I dropped it. But anyway, this book was so good. Like, holy crud. Oh my goodness. Ah. But, yeah, I really loved what happened in this book. A lot. Like, a lot. Like, oh, I didn't expect myself to like it. Because usually when people love things, I hate them. And vice versa. But definitely my favorite Harry Potter book so far. So, read this book, girlfriend. I'm just kidding. But, yeah. You should definitely read the Harry Potter series if you haven't. So, I gave this a 5 out of 5. This month is so good for me. And then lastly, I read Faking 19 by Alyson and Noel. And I thought this would be the most best book in the world or something. I was just really excited to read this book. And a lot of people may have not heard of this because Alyson and Noel's novels aren't really that famous. But I know the Immortals series is like out there. But this book is really thin. And I did like it, like a lot, but there were some things I just didn't like, or, well, not really specific things, I just kind of just didn't like, I don't know, I just felt like, I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but this was a really good book, and I'd recommend it for people who like issue books, and like books that are about like, teen problems, which I'm like obsessed with. I love books about teen problems for whatever reason. I just do. So I read this book and I would definitely give this a 4 out of 5. Just because, I don't know, it's not like I would read this over again, even though I never do that. But it was just something good. But, like, not perfect, you know. So, yeah, 4 out of 5. And I would say read this if you're a teenager. So, yeah. So, that's all the books I read this month. And, yep. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed. Yeah, and I expect either a book haul today or tomorrow because I'm not quite sure when I'll be able to get around to it. But I do know today I'm going to the library after I finish my homework and I'm going to get some books because I want to. So then I will put up a book haul for you guys because why not? So yeah. Yeah. If you have any recommendations, leave them below because I like to read. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.